Welcome to this week's Dose of Emunah for Shabbat Kodesh. This week we're going to discuss peacefulness. All week long, boy, does our mind race. It races endlessly. And we're stuck in this world of constant trading off. Commerce. The real important questions that we need to be asking ourselves in life, like, why am I here in this world? Really is not gaining much attention in today's newsletter and newspapers. You know, Avigdor Miller Zatzal teaches that on Shabbat, we really need to avoid those mundane habits that occupy us so well during the week so that we can start to pay attention to a question like, why am I here in this world? What is this all about? So the goal of sort of moving away from these habits is really to prevent us from becoming enslaved to this world. It's so easy to just get lost and become slaves into this world. The Chavot HaLevavot teaches that we're given the gift of Shabbat so that our minds cease being enslaved to the thinking of this world. This world causes us to think a certain way. The reason why we have Shabbat, says the Chavot HaLevavot, is so that we don't have to feel like we're compelled to think a certain way. Shabbat actually encourages us to shift our minds and to really relish in what's called menucha, peacefulness. It's a physical state of disconnecting from the world, and it enables us to really get to know Hashem. So, in as much as we're able to empty out our minds from thinking about this world and all that we didn't complete and all that awaits us on Motzei Shabbat, in as much as we're able to do that, we can make room for the much needed state of menuchat hanefesh, the peace of mind that really is the energy of Shabbat that wants to enter. See, this world is such a delusion. It's so filled with imagination and imagery. The only real thing is Hashem. The Rambam in Hilchot Yesodei Torah writes, Hu levado emet. He's the only one who is the real, true reality. All the rest is actually an illusion. So when we worry, we grow anxious about anything in life, it's really the Yetzer Hara. That evil inclination is really like just placing shadows and phantoms for us to sort of get worked up about. So we hustle and we bustle, we run around, we plan, we fix. We're so confused over what's going to happen next. And we're sort of getting excited over this show of the phantom, the shadows, this light show that the Yetzer Hara has planned for us. But the Gemara in Masechet Shabbat teaches us a great, remarkable lesson. And it brings down, and the quote is when you really focus on Shabbat, when you make Kiddush on Shabbat, you restore your eyesight. That's what the Gemara brings down. How? When we say the words Vayechulu Hashamayim v'ha'aretz v'kol tziva'am, and the heavens and the earth were completed, and all their hosts, we're reminded to see things straight. That the only real master planner, the only real conductor, the only real director of all the shows that we see in front of us is really only Hashem. So we think we're in control. When we're worried, that's what we're really thinking. We think we're in control. So essentially the sages ask, so what are you getting all excited about? Well, you're not in control. So the Kiddush really aligns our way of thinking because it reminds us that it's Hashem that designed the heavens, that created the earth. He's the one that completed everything. And that's what the Kiddush reminds us. That's what Shabbat reminds us, is that Hashem made everything from the start to its completion. It's only Him who controls everything. So that's the reminder that we need to hear, and that's at the onset of Shabbat, so that we can internalize that message and it can carry us throughout the entire week. We shouldn't forget the whole week how Hashem is the one in charge. That's what brings peacefulness. What brings us peacefulness is knowing that Hashem is in charge. And that we get reminded every Shabbat. And we remember during the week that everything is just a well-planned show by the Yetzer Hara trying to get us to get excited over things that are really not in our control. So Be'ezrat Hashem will remember that this coming Shabbat, and we'll all have a peaceful, beautiful, worry-free Shabbat.